Border guards stop Russians' attempt to break through to Bakhmut. Several groups of Russian infantry tried to bypass a stronghold of the Ukrainian defenders near Bakhmut, but the border guards stopped the enemy's advance and eliminated 5 invaders. To stop the maneuver of the Russian occupation forces, our fighters dragged the occupiers into a shooting battle and called for support. The enemy had to refuse to bypass a line and try to capture the positions of a border unit. Border guards are part of a mortar unit and artillery gunners of the armed forces of Ukraine fired on the invaders. The line was defended. The Ukrainian troops thwarted the invaders' attempt to break through. As noted, the battle lasted for about 2 hours and the occupiers lost 12 people in their unsuccessful attack, 5 killed and 7 wounded. On January 16, the border guards, as part of the defense forces, eliminated more than 10 invaders in Bakhmut direction. Earlier it was reported that the defense forces of Ukraine continue to defend Soledar, so it cannot be considered Russian. The enemy is currently concentrating most of its efforts in Bakhmut direction. Wagner Group loses about 2/3 of its personnel in battles for Bakhmut and Soledar. The Russians continue to use their soldiers as cannon fodder. In the battles for Bakhmut and Soledar alone, the Wagner Group, private military company, lost about 40,000 soldiers, accounting for about 2/3 of its personnel. The 2 hottest spots remain, Bakhmut and Soledar. Putin tried to give the order to reach the administrative borders of Donetsk region by the end of 2022. It did not work. In fact, they are suffering very unprecedented losses there and attempted to switch to Soledar, where Prigozhin tried to play himself as an independent commander. Wagner Group suffered simply incredible losses there. At the moment, about 40,000 personnel are estimated to be killed and wounded, accounting for about 2/3 of this structure. Military expert Petro Chernik said on the air of the nationwide news telethon. At the same time, that the mobilization and recruitment of prison inmates continue in Russia. Therefore, one should not underestimate the colossal number of people that the enemy wants to use in the war with Ukraine. Ukrainian forces continue to hold defense in Soledar and its outskirts. Ukrainian forces continue to hold the defense of Soledar, and thus it cannot be considered Russian captured. The enemy is now focusing efforts on the Bakhmut direction. The relevant statement was made by spokesperson for the Eastern Grouping of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Serhiy Chervitey, during a nationwide telethon. Eastern Ukraine is remaining the main target of the aggressor's attack. The enemy focused the main efforts on the Bakhmut direction, especially near Soledar, where battles are raging. Ukrainian units continue holding the defense in the city itself and its outskirts. Soledar cannot be considered Russian captured, as battles for the city are still underway. The relevant statement was made by National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications in the White House, John Kirby. According to Kirby, as of this morning, the American side has not viewed 2 cities as captured by Russians unilaterally. Fierce battles are raging in the area of Donbass, especially near Soledar, where control over the territory remains disputed, according to the estimates of the American side. Russians had made gradual progress in recent days, but this had cost them dearly. In fact, they are filling up the Ukrainian positions with their own corpses. Such efforts are led mainly by Prigozhin and his Wagner Group, with some support from the Russian military. Kirby assumed that Prigozhin wants to be considered more relevant and indispensable on the battlefield than Russia's traditional armed forces. Thus, tensions are persisting between Russia's defense ministry and Prigozhin-led Wagner Group. A reminder that Russia has repeatedly declared its victory in the Bakhmut direction, but fierce battles continue. Ukrainian defenders are holding the defense and not allowing Russian occupiers to capture such cities as Bakhmut and Soledar.
Орудие! Выстрел!
Так, еще один танк. Сьогодні